Back in 2009, I worked at a school called Maxfield Elementary as a kindergarten teacher, and we won some grant to get our library remade.
And I was there for Target doing a library makeover, and we were there like for a couple of days, and I remember the kindergarten classes coming in.
And she was in there remaking my library. However, we didn't really know each other back then, and I guess it just wasn't meant to be. Then, 10 years later, we were both on dating apps. We matched, but she was on her way to Europe for work, and I got kind of tired of waiting for replies, so I deleted her.
I was traveling somewhere, and he got annoyed that I didn't respond, and so he stopped communicating with me. I didn't even frankly notice. And then the third time we matched on Match.
I thought it would be kind of a fun game to see how long it would take her to realize that we matched once before.
And I just honestly had no clue, and I was like, seems like a nice person, and that's how we met.
First started talking back and forth, and then we just couldn't meet. There was always something in the way. We were finally going to meet, and then her car broke down, which I figured, yeah, right, I'm sure it was another way to skip out on the date. We went to Psycho Susie's.
Had a nice conversation. At the end, he made me pay, and I just kind of thought, oh, he must not be that interested. He's a nice guy, it was nice.
Maybe 3 months later, I finally told her that we matched once before, and she had no idea.
I thought Tim was dorky and awkward, but nice. He was just kind of like a nice guy. He didn't stand out in any kind of way, positive or negative.
My first impression when I met her was she's very beautiful. That's why I swiped right on the app. And she's very photogenic, and she's very smart and funny, and seemed like a family person, which I am, so I knew that this could go places. When we were on the dating apps, I saw her picture and I thought she was very beautiful. I still do. And I swiped right because of that, and then as I got to know her, I knew how intelligent she was, funny, and a family person that she is, so that was very important to me. Oh, and that she loves sports.
When I was online dating, I was looking for somebody who was a Democrat, somebody who either was Jewish or not religious, somebody who hopefully had a career that seemed interesting to me. And so he was obviously a teacher, and I'm guessing that was probably what was interesting to
me. We exchanged numbers before the first date, and we continued to be in contact with one another.
We had a second date. I don't remember how long it was in between, but our second date was at the Saints game, which was nice because he and I both like sports, and it was outdoors. He got these really amazing seats.
I guess I impressed her with the seats that I got.
It was just nice to be together and enjoy the game, and I think everybody was a little bit more comfortable on that date, and things progressed from there.
From that second date, we had our first kiss, and I guess she wanted more. Not more like what you're thinking.
I was afraid of this question, and I'm afraid of his answer too. Our first kiss was not the most romantic, but it was after the Saints game in the elevator of the parking garage. Was where we had our first kiss. It continued in the car, in the parking garage. It was so awkward. I remember at the Saints game, He was sitting on my left, and I remember like he would, his leg would kind of touch mine, and I wasn't sure if he was like doing it on purpose or if it was an accident. And then eventually like he put his hand on my leg, and I was like, oh, like he's trying to make a move. It was sweet.
Three months after our first and second dates, was kind of going back and forth. We weren't too sure about each other in between that time, and as time went on, we got to meet each other's families, and she wasn't scared off by my family, and I certainly wasn't scared off by her family. We connect a lot emotionally, so I thought that was a great way for me to know that this person is the one.
It took a series of things before I realized that like Tim was the real deal. In so many ways, he is everything that I ever wanted. I think that I knew Tim was the one after a couple of interactions with each of our families. The first one was around Thanksgiving. I had bought a new TV, my brother Ryan was in town. I remember Tim saying, well, let me help you put it up. And he was going home to Arcadia, and there was a snowstorm, and he was still willing to come over and meet my brother and hang up this TV. And I just remember feeling kind of awkward and nervous about it, and then it was just nice and normal. And over Christmas, Shoshi and Dami were over, and we were making Christmas cookies or Hanukkah cookies. And Tim was there, and he just was so wonderful with them. Dami was talking to Tim, and he was interacting with him, and it just warmed my heart in such an incredible way. And the third thing was after I met his family. I walked into a situation that, I was pretty I didn't know a lot about rural Wisconsin, and I just thought that I wasn't going to feel comfortable. And his parents and brother and sister-in-law just made me feel welcome. From the second I walked in the door, it became clear that this thing that both of us have, this special connection to our families, was something that we shared together, and made me realize he was the one. We were with his family, we were on the pontoon.
It didn't go as planned. All my plans were to have some of her family to go on the river along with us. Some of her family were not able to make it. Actually, all of her family were not able to make it.
It was just kind of a bunch of things just weren't going right, and I was really annoyed with him.
I decided to, last minute, get a deck of cards.
I flipped over the card, and the first one said Allison Kelly Freilich, and then the next one said Will, and the next one said you marry me with an exclamation point.
Apparently I do not know how to use punctuation and use an exclamation point instead of a question mark.
And then the last one said, this is not a joke, and it was on a joker. But then when I got to the this is not a joke, it hit me, and I just started bawling. I never thought I would cry, but I was just bawling. So happy. Then he and I kissed. Tim's mom, Mona, and his aunt, Kathy. Remember, they were like, oh, you two, get a room.
She's very beautiful and stunning. Smart, funny, great family person. I love her family, and I know she loves my family. And she allows me to watch all the sports that I want. She loves sports, except for she loves the wrong teams. She doesn't love the Raiders or the Brewers, but I won't hold that against her. When I'm with Allison, I feel very calm, cool, and collective. I can get stressed out at times, but Allison helps me, brings me back down to earth, and helps me to know that everything is going to be all right, and I know I have a great partner in crime. A great family person, and I know this is the person that I want to start a family with and live together forever with. His humor, his endless dad jokes, and
quick wit, his kindness, and his love for family, both mine and for his family as well. I love Tim because he's everything that I was ever looking for. He challenges me and supports me. He loves me and is kind to me. He loves the people that I love and is kind to them. He will always show up for me and for those I love. And he makes me feel good. He makes me feel not just about my job or my brain. He makes me feel accepted and loved for the entirety of who I am. When I'm with Tim, I feel comfortable. You know, it's not very romantic to talk about a relationship being easy, but it matters. And with Tim, everything is easy. I think those are the reasons why I love Tim.
Because of the pandemic, we decided to do the baby first and then get married. I couldn't be happier. I'm very lucky to have you. Never thought I'd find somebody like you in my life.
No, I think I'm crying because of the hormones. And I'm really, really happy. I've waited such a long time for this. I'm happy about the baby that we're going to have, and it just feels like kind of unreal to think about where we are.
Thank you very much for coming. We love having family there. And what about you?
I think we just want to say thank you so much for joining us. We have been so excited about this day and waited such a long time to get here. And all that we really wanted with the wedding was for our loved ones, our friends, our family to be together in celebration. So the fact that you are all here with us today is the best present that we could ever ask for.
Say, hey, good looking, what you got cooking? How's about cooking something up with me?